This is Swaffield Primary School in London. There are about 400 pupils here from a wide range of backgrounds and cultures, and there are over 30 languages spoken. In this programme, we're going to look at the work of Valerie Kroll, who does language support for a small group of children in reception. We will focus on her close partnership with the class teacher.
We're looking at the concept of taking one away from a total.
Her work with small groups of children outside the class for focused language support.
How many? We had 5. Well done, children who said 4.
And some of the wide range of resources she creates and uses to help her pupils.
It was really lovely to see the children acting out the story of Cinderella and joining in, waving the wand around. Cinderella, you shall go to the ball. There is a wide range of children that come into our school. We have some children who come in with no English at all, some who can use keywords to get by, and some who can string sentences together but are not confident. So my position here is to make sure that I can bring out of those children ways of learning and being comfortable in the classroom.
Lena, are you ready to listen?
Do your best listening.
Valerie comes into the class several times a week to support a few children who are very new to English. This kind of support is particularly useful for them during whole class activities and carpet time.
How many have I coloured in? 1. So I had 9. I've taken 1 away. So how many are left?
8.
Let's count and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
How many are left?
8. So we've taken
girl.
1 away.
Can you show
and
me
that
8 on your
leaves
fingers?
us with
Show me 8 on your
8.
fingers.
When children first come into the school, sometimes it can almost be taken for granted that they can just get on. But really, some children come in and it's the very first time they've ever been in a school. The routine of being on the carpet, drinks and biscuits time, playtime, it's all foreign to them.
Line up by the door.
Val comes in 2 to 3 times a week to work with groups of children, and it's great. She'll either be working with groups within the classroom, and sometimes she'll take groups out and work with them in a quieter, smaller environment.
All of Valerie's language support work is done in close collaboration with Sophie Glacier, the class teacher. Together, they plan how best Valerie can complement class work in and out of the classroom.
This week, Val, we've got a whole focus on subtraction with the children, and we're looking at the concept of having a total and then taking 1 away and seeing how many are left. So I remembered that a couple of weeks ago you did this 5 little ducks with the group, which was really, really nice. How did that go with them?
That was really good actually, because it was practical and it was drama. I didn't really go over the subject of taking away at that point, but I think what we can do, we can build on that, and we can do that this week.
That would be lovely.
She actually gives me a weekly timetable and a termly timetable, and I basically build on that. And I will run it by her, my ideas. Often I like to go for the unique style. You know, if she's doing taking away or adding, she'll tell me what she's doing, and I'd like to do something unique, but it will come together and it will match up with what she's doing in the classroom.
Find a place to sit. Find a place to sit. In you come, in you come. Find a place to sit.
When I take children out in small groups to work with them, there's a real positive side to this, because I can sometimes identify things that maybe the class teacher can't. Just working with 6 or 7 children, sometimes it's so much easier to spot things than if you were in a classroom with 30 children.
Now, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
This group of children I've actually been working with for 5 or 6 months now. Some of these children actually came in with absolutely no English at all. So what I've had to do there was really reinforce what goes on in the classroom, teaching them key words which will help them in their everyday life.
What have you done since I last seen you?
I got some Mimi's pot.
You went swimming, wow.
Some of the children have come in with English, but it has been confidence really. I've had to build on their confidence and encourage them to speak out.
Who did you go swimming with?
My mom and my dad and my sister and my brother.
And where does your grown-up come from?
And Pakistan.
Pakistan.
I can remember being in the classroom and the teacher talking about things that I wasn't familiar with, and instantly I'd shut down. So now as an adult, I think back to that and I always try to incorporate something from that child's home language.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How clever, you all counted all the way up to 5. I've been speaking with Miss Galatian. She's actually told me that you've been doing some special sums in your classroom. You've been learning how to take away. Now, a few weeks ago, we did this nursery rhyme, 5 Little Ducks, and it's actually a takeaway song. As we sing it, we will be taking away one number from 5 all the way through to 1, and we're going to see how many little ducks we have left. 5 little ducks went swimming one day over the hills and far away.
I was teaching them the nursery rhyme of 5 Little Ducks. The reason I chose that nursery rhyme is because the picture book which I based it on initially was bright and colourful, and then I got a nice cuddly yellow duck in, and instantly they became really interested with all the bright colours.
Right, are we ready? And I've got to get rid of the 2. Well done, Miss Crowfoot again. Right, we've got our last duck. Let me see who's going to do their best singing for our last duck. After 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. Show me 1 duck. Ready? 1 little duck went swimming one day over the hills and far away.
It's not just language barriers, but there's also cultural barriers too. There's all different reasons why parents don't come in and speak with us. A way of bringing down a barrier there, what I normally do with the children is to make books, and the children would then take those books home, and I do encourage them to share it with their grown-ups, just so their grown-ups are aware what's happening within the school.
You are going to be able to make your own book.
And why?
That you can take away.
And write your name.
You can write your name, yes. You're going to make your own book today of the nursery rhyme that we've been doing. You're going to be able to take it away, and you can share this with your friends and your grown-ups. If you just put your ducks back on the board, doesn't matter where you put them, just stick them back on the board, and we're going to sit at our tables. Okay, I'm going to give everybody a sheet like this, okay? This is how we're going to make our book. So here, it says 5 little ducks by. What do you think you'll write here in this space? Name. So that's the first thing I want you to do. Write your names in the duck. I'm going to give you a help you. What colour will I colour my duck in?
Green.
Green? Is my duck green? Yellow. Is yellow. What colour is the water?
Green, yellow, and blue.
Clever girl. The water will be blue and the ducks will be yellow. You can do the plants. What colour?
Green and pink.
Green and pink. Clever boy. Well done. So I want really sensible colours.
Valerie takes detailed notes of her small group sessions and feeds her observations back to Sophie regularly.
We catch up informally, normally it's midweek, after school, and talk about her sessions with the children, what she's picked up on, what I've asked her to look at. And she just feeds back to me to let me know how the children are approaching that learning. These look great, really good.
Lovely, we had a lot of fun making them. She was brilliant, I've got to say. She was focusing quite a bit, and she was looking and following along how many ducks, and I could see her actually counting as she went along.
Sophie's brilliant because we bounce, off of each other. I will say to Sophie something I found out about a child, she will tell me something she's found out about a child, and together, we will work with that child and help that child to fit in comfortably within our school.
With her, what I was finding was she was counting. When I was actually saying to her how many are left, she actually had to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It wasn't visual, although I'd set it up in a way that it was quite visual.
Okay.
So what we'll do with her again, I'll revisit that with her again.
Lovely, excellent. I just think the most important thing is communication, and to keep communication coming from both parties and just trying to work together as a team.
Right, are we ready? We're going to walk sensibly down the stairs.
I think it's nice for the children to be doing something slightly different that they can then go in and share with the class, although the concept is the same.
5 little ducks went swimming one day over the hills and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 and only 4 little ducks came back. 4 little ducks. What I think I might do next time when I have the children is these two. What I might do is extend it to 10, and I'll just revisit with the others, 5 and below.
That'd be great. And it was so nice sharing it with the rest of the children.
They loved
that.
Really excited about that, sharing it with their friends. They'd all chosen a group of friends that they want to share it with.
Brilliant. So I think we'll try and pick out a few more texts or songs like that to look at for next week as well.
That was lovely. Thank you very much.
Valerie has built up a bank of her own resources to support children's learning in a variety of ways. The emphasis is on creative, fun resources for learning through play.
Basically, I live on the net. I'm looking for activities that I can actually do. Now the weather's getting warmer, I'd like to do lots of play outside, teaching playground games. So at the minute I'm just looking for resources with playground games. Children whom English is an additional language, they're not familiar with traditional tales, Cinderella, Goldilocks, they're not following the sequencing of the story, so they do tend to switch off. So it's really important at that stage to bring resources in that can support children in these areas. This is a lovely puppet you can use to help with telling stories. The children can recognise their culture, the outfit she's wearing, the way she's wearing her hair, her earrings. It's all recognition for the children, so I really do like this puppet. Children actually love this. This has almost every single traditional fairy tale. We've got lots of puppets on the back, lots on the front, and it's an actual real theatre. This is, for instance, Red Riding Hood. The children don't just look at the puppets, but they actually look at your face, the expressions, your eye contact, your voices. Hello, I'm Red Riding Hood and I'm off to my grandma's house. I found this really, really useful. This literally took a few minutes to put together and it was fantastic. This was all I needed to get across the story of Cinderella to a group of children who had no concept of the story, and they were focused for the whole time, waving the wand around. Cinderella, you shall go to the ball. And it was so lovely reading the story of the Cinderella. Of course, the children wanted to make their own books, and it was a great opportunity for them to put their own pictures in, colour the pictures, and then take it home. Another really useful way of storytelling is sequencing picture cards. Really simple photocopyable picture cards is a brilliant way of telling stories with the children, and it really extends their spoken vocabulary. Children might need support in areas such as this, but the whole idea of doing all of this support work is that they are included and feel included in the classroom. When I see a child who's come into the school, who's really shy, withdrawn, doesn't know the routine, sometimes it's not just the first time in the school, it's the first time in the country, and I see that child go from a child being tearful, upset, sad, to a social, lovely, loving child. It is really, really lovely.